Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back, hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here. Ricky is sick today. He'll be hopefully back tomorrow, back in full gear, gearing up for the big Fred Hall Del Mar show. Hey, we got a couple great guests in the studio. Ron Lane from Fast Lane Kayaks in Mission Bay and Hobie Pro staffer Jim Salazar giving away some great stuff today. If you want to join us, one line open at 877-792-1090 or 858-457-1090. All those lines are full, but keep on trying. You should get through. And we're giving away 2 tickets to the Fred Hall Del Mar show that starts this Thursday through Sunday at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Another lucky caller is going to win the Promar Ahi Assault Jig and those new Rock Cod Squid Jigs that work great. I've used them. Really great. And another lucky caller that tells Adam that you're a skier or a snowboarder and you want to go to Mammoth this season. They're good for this season only. We're going to give away a 2-day lift ticket voucher.
Is this season going to end?
July 4th.
Is it?
Yeah. Mammoth Mountain.
I was talking to Jimmy.
Having the most incredible year ever.
I was talking to Jimmy 2 weeks ago, and he said that they could go through August.
Yeah.
They had so much snow up there.
This little voucher is worth about $300 right here. And if you're a skier, let's not waste it. So if you're a skier or a snowboarder and you're planning a trip to Mammoth, maybe a little fish and ski trip this spring. That's what I like to do.
That sounds good.
Oh, yeah. Then we'll give you that voucher, good for 2-day lift ticket at Mammoth Mountain. Again, 858-457-1090, or the line open is 877-792-1090. You know what I mentioned, you've heard a lot of spots for Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Good old Doug talking about all the great deals they had up in Long Beach. And then, of course, they're going to have the same incredible deals down here in Del Mar at the Del Mar Fairgrounds that starts this Thursday. If you buy a CalStar rod from Fisherman's Landing Tackle on sale, right, on sale, and then you take that rod to the CalStar booth, you get a free T-shirt, a really cool CalStar T-shirt. So check out the great selection, and that stuff never goes on sale, but it will be on sale at the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth this Thursday through Sunday at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Let's find out what's biting out there. The catch report right now, the fishdope.com report, is sponsored in part by the Sato Crimp and Winder Company, where they only make products that work. Hey, if you want to end connection failures, you need that Sato Crimp kit. I use it. Everybody that knows uses it. It's the must-have piece of gear to catch everything from school-sized tuna to record-sized tuna. And the all-brass crimps and other features make it better than ever. It's the preferred connection method for the Royal Star, the Royal Polaris, American Angler, and most of the top tackle stores and boats. And if you haven't tried it, you should make it your preferred connection system for Spectra to mono or Spectra to fluorocarbon. Get it at selected tackle stores like Fisherman's Landing Tackle or at SatoCrimpandWinder.com. And I know Fisherman's Landing Tackle is going to have it on sale, which it never goes on sale, at the Fred Hall show this week. So let's start with our private motor buddy, our FishDope.com reporter, Captain Mark Wish from Pacific Edge. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Pete, Jim, Ron.
Good morning,
Wow,
Mark.
what a beautiful week of weather, huh?
Oh, boy, and it's paying off, man, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's only a couple official days from spring, but, you know, it's feeling very spring-like out there. I'm loving it. And conditions are looking good, and lots of changes since last week there. You know, with that weather down and flat, calm seas, it's a very comfortable combination for guys to get out there poking around there, finding some interesting stuff here and there. Starting outside San Nicolas Island, man, it's biting out there. That outside island is the home of the good cod fishing, man. It's just, if you've never been there, guys, you need to book a trip and just go. It's just, you got to see it. But good cods, good lings, and sprinkle nice yellows out there. Not a lot, but some enough to keep things interesting. Santa Barbara Island, same setup there with the cods. They're biting. I love sitting on those ledges just out to the west of the island there, 18 fathoms, big reds, big lings, big sheepheads, all that stuff is big out there in shallow water. It's fun stuff. And then a little bit better signal on the mid-range size yellowtail at that island, along with some great big halibut. There's a lot of halibut that live there, guys. At San Clemente Island, really good fishing on the bottom stuff again. Big reds off both ends of the island, good fishing, pretty good mix of lingcod in there too. A few yellows around, but mostly smaller fish. That ought to change here pretty soon, but there's some bonita schools on the front side, but keep an eye on that front. It's time for that area to be loading up with yellows soon coming there. There's a little bit of squid in the cove, and that bodes well. That island is definitely just about ready to pop. And then there's Catalina, famous Catalina Island. It's looking good. Water's getting right. Much more squids moving in, backside middle in the closure zone there. Quite a bit of bait showed up here the past few days, and then there's some up west, several spots on the front side there from Hen Rock up to the Isthmus, and then backside east. There's little bits of bait all around the island now, it sounds like. Big improvement here in the bait situation here the past week or so. And then we've also seen a little bit of improvement in the sea bass situation. No big numbers yet, but a little bit here and there. Definitely trending in the right direction for sure. That's good news. And then along the coast, pretty good bass fishing in the deeper water structure still. Sand bass and calico bass both. Some whopper halibuts were caught here this week. More halibuts all up and down the coast. Best one around here was 37 pounds that I heard of. That's a good one. And then even got a little tiny bit of an offshore report. There's a sprinkle of kelp patty yellows around kind of out in front of Oceanside down to the corner there. Not much yet, but, it's awful early for kelp patty yellowtail fishing. So hopefully somebody takes advantage of this nice weather and goes out and find a tuna fish. That'd get everybody all fired up. Soon coming. This is about the time we started seeing them last year. So we'll see what happens, and it's looking good, guys. It's definitely time to go fishing.
Yeah, no kidding, Mark. And I'll tell you what, fishdope.com, Danny's been on it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's on it, man. He's got to come out of retirement. Pretty much gets that winter off, but he's back in the saddle for the next 8 months now.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, he's going to be a busy guy, isn't he?
Yes, he is, man. I one of my customers mentioned something really interesting to me here a week or so ago. He's got a brother that works at NOAA, and they supposedly thought we had about 15% of the bluefin tuna biomass here last year, and they're forecasting 25 to 40% to be here this year. I can't even imagine what that might turn into.
I can't even imagine what that's going to be. Boy, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen for sure. I mean, what do you think, Mark? When's it going to happen? It's already kind of happening, isn't it?
What's going to happen is we're going to have some really good fishing of one sort or another, and I'm going to catch a bunch of it, whatever it is. I really don't care all that much, but I got to tell you, that fishing that bluefin last year, oh my God, that was world class.
Did you like that? Was that fun?
Oh my God! How can you not? You got to like pain and punishment to like it. I was talking yesterday to the famous Alan Watson, and he was making comment about how nice it was to have the season extend so long, and he was thankful that the limit was only 2 fish on those bluefin. He goes, what kind of moron would want to catch more than 2 of those things anyway?
Yeah, no kidding, man. No kidding.
Well,
shoot, fishdope.com again. Great thing. And, of course, go see Mark at Pacific Edge. How do we find you, Mark?
Well, we're going to be, for the next couple of days here, we're going to be at the store there in the corner of both Chica and Edinger, by the big Chevron station, of course. And phone number 714-840-4262, the website pacificedgetackle.com. And then we got showtime coming up. And I'm doing seminars every day in the Mammoth Lakes, which is, I don't know why I'm in the Mammoth Lake booth, but whichever works out good for my PowerPoint.
Well, it's a Mammoth Lake seminar booth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so we got a really nice PowerPoint. We got 1 hour seminars Thursday and Friday, and then an hour and a half Saturday and Sunday. So we'll be talking about all kinds of cool stuff. We got lots of beautiful pictures to show you. So.
Oh, that sounds so cool. All right, and you'll have a booth with your bait tanks in the show and selling books and the whole deal, right?
The whole deal, yeah. We're right there on the main. I don't remember what the number is offhand, but we're right there on the main road, right by Bloody Decks. Can't miss it.
Yeah, all right, Mark. And we'll see you at the show on Thursday through Sunday and talk to you next Saturday.
Yeah, you got it, Pete. We'll see you guys.
All right, thanks very much. Let's head down to C4 Sport Fishing. Marcos, it's happening, man. Booger got some yellow, huh?
He did. I was just about to say he had some good yellowtail fishing yesterday. Got 13 on the boat for his 11 anglers, along with 97 rockfish, so good overall there. And he is back out there today. We have 25, 26 people on the boat, so we're hoping for some more yellowtail. And he's online. He's been online, and it's just a matter of getting people down there, getting out there, and hopefully this yellowtail brings people down, get on the 3/4 day, get some bottom fish, get some yellowtail in there. So check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Full 3/4 day schedule up there. The half days are up there. Very good bottom fishing on the half days if you can't take the time to spend a full day down at the islands, or you don't have a passport, although everyone should have their passport by now. We know that's coming there. So check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Half days, 3/4 days up there. And you can make reservations on there. You can give us a call at the office. You can come down and visit the office. You'll be able to visit everyone at the booth next weekend. Come down to Tackle Shop, get a rock cut breakfast burrito. It's spring break.
It's spring. It's happening.
Yourself, do all of them.
Yeah.
Call us, make reservations online, visit us, buy some gear, some burritos. Absolutely.
All right. Very good, Marcos. Sounds good. Good to hear that he got on the yellows, and I think it's just going to get better from here. What do you think?
I would imagine it's going the right direction here as long as our weather stays consistent. We get some people down there fishing. Now's the time. Get out your gear and do some 3/4 day fishing.
There we go. All right, dude. Well, let's take it. Let's go fishing. Go catch some yellow right now. And we'll see you at the show. Are we going to see you at the Del Mar show?
Absolutely not. I will be here holding down the office.
You're holding down the fort. All right. Well,
yes.
We'll see John Yamani and the captains.
Yes, that you will.
Those are really the guys they want to talk to anyway.
Yeah, you hear me every weekend. Go talk to the other guys.
Yeah. All right, Marcos. Thanks a lot for that. And we'll talk to you on the radio. Marcos on the radio next Saturday.
Talk to you then.
All right. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Rick Jensen from Sport Fishing Financial with the Northern Baja Report. Good morning, Rick.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, Jim, Ron, how you guys doing?
Yeah, happiest one.
Yeah.
I don't know if Rick was really sick today or not, huh, guys?
I think he really was. I talked to him. He called me about 9 o'clock last night. He was like, dude, I gotta. So yeah, you stay home. Don't come in. So he's really sick. Yeah, but he had an epic trip, and hopefully he'll be back to talk about that journeyman trip tomorrow.
I figured maybe Ron and Jim scared him out of there.
Nah.
I always wanted to sit in this chair. Maybe the luck will wear off.
Okay, well, hey, starting down to Mulegé, Bahia Concepcion with the Baja Report. On Thursday, they caught a white sea bass in the mouth of the harbor, along with some good snapper fishing. The yellowtail bite has really been great. It's really caught on now that the moon started to wane, and the fish had just been wide open there pretty much. In the central Baja, there's usually a little bit of wind throughout there this time of year, and not a whole lot of reports. Most of the people there are focusing on the whales, continuing to see them exiting the bay in pretty big numbers. Out at San Quintin, nothing really new exciting to report. It's been a little slow there for a while on the yellowtails, but the bottom fishing has really been the focus. Up at Ensenada and towards Colonet, there's been bonita mostly in the batch, some yellowtail in Ensenada, a little bit better yellowtail down at Colonet. And as far as the northern Sea of Cortez and San Felipe goes, it's really started to move to the upswing. We were out there doing some field research earlier in the week, and AP, what did you think about that? How'd that go?
That was one of the great experiences of my life. I'll tell you, catching those leopard grouper, unbelievable experience, and we had such amazing fishing for size. I mean, anywhere, like our average fish was 10 to 12 pounds, right, Rick?
Yeah, I don't know if we caught more than one or two. I think we caught close to 90 in a day and a half there. Most of them were released, and we kept a couple because they taste so much like lobster or shrimp.
Yeah.
How heavy a line were you guys using to pull them out of those rocks?
Jim, we're going to have to swear you to secrecy in writing before we share anything with you and your kayak. You'll go down there and
well, I can tell you that the go-to setup was a Tranx 500 with a medium-heavy Therese rod, 80-pound Power Pro, and I was using a short piece of 130-pound Seagar Fluoro Premier, and that was the way you kind of and the drag had to be buttoned down so tight you couldn't pull off drag in order to turn those fish. In fact, the first fish I hooked, it almost ripped I hadn't done this before with, short top shot, that kind of thing. Almost ripped the rod right out of my hand. They hit with such violence.
I've fished with you a lot over the years, Pete.
Oh, yeah.
And for you to call me and to sound that giddy about a trip, it must have been epic. Because Pete was going crazy.
Yeah.
He's going, Ron, sorry you missed this one. Check this out.
and I thank Rick Jensen, because Rick, you've done it many, many times, right?
Yeah, that's what we do. We spend a lot of time in Baja and being an advisor and working with clients and getting them down there and doing some things that we try to think is a little bit different and unique. P, I remember seeing you up there with those first ones that pulled. We've got several pictures of you up on the bow looking like you're in some kind of tug-of-war with a bulldog or something.
It's unbelievable how hard those fish pull. It's amazing. But the other thing, too, is if you want to have the opportunity like we did, fish with Juan, right?
Yeah, Juan from San Quintin has been a great guide and buddy and partner. He has a new daughter named Juana Nanette, and my wife's name is Nanette, so we've been working with Juan for quite a while. He'll find a way. Pete and I were originally supposed to be going to Catalina and doing some hoop netting, and we had a little snafu in our plans, and Juan finds a way to show up in San Quintin and deliver us a spanking new-looking Grady White 23 with 2 brand new 150s on it, and there we were with our chariot, and we figured it all out within about a half a day, I think.
Yeah, and thanks to his buddy John that was such a gracious host on his Grady White with the twin Yamaha 150 4-strokes. That was such all the stars aligned. The weather was perfect. The boat was great. Juan is an amazing guide. So if somebody wants to do that experience now, this month is the month to do it. And Juan said he's going to bring his boat over there. So if you want to do it, you better book a trip with Juan. I put all the information for his contact information on our Facebook page. I posted on Facebook a few days ago. You can get his contact information, or better yet, call Rick Jensen at Sport Fishing Financial. He'll hook you up with Juan, right, Rick?
Yeah, absolutely, sir. So we'll be right next to you at the Fred Hall Show this week, and we've got a number of trips and different things posted on our website, but we throw things together for small groups of people that are interested in getting out. As a matter of fact, one of our scheduled trips where we still have 2 of those 38 spots remaining with Jeff at Cedros Island is an ideal week during Labor Day there in September where you don't miss an extra day of work. And you can always find that information on our website, sportfishingfinancial.com, or always give us a call, 949-481-1807, and we'll be right next to you there at Del Mar. Easy to find.
All right, yeah, right next to Let's Talk Hookup booth at the Del Mar Show. Rick, we'll see you Thursday, and then, of course, talk to you next Sunday.
Rick, let me give you kudos for doing our third-place prizes on our Battle of the Bays tournament. Rick Jensen and Sport Fishing Financial is providing the third-place $125 gift cards from Turner's for both events. So thank you very much, Rick, for participating and supporting CCA.
You too, Jim. Thanks for setting that up, and thanks for your support with the white sea bass pens that we're getting online here in Dana Point. Anybody who's out there in our area here, South Orange County, and wants to help out with monitoring, and it's a great opportunity for kids and guys that are retired, take a walk in the harbor and help us keep those fish healthy and bring another nice bass of fish for release later this year.
Yeah, and I'm going to say something else, too. You spend a few days in tight quarters with a guy like Rick Jensen. You get to know him pretty well, and this guy's the real deal. He's a good fisherman, and he is a great financial advisor. I learned so much on our drive down south there from you, and you've done an excellent job investing my retirement money, and if you're looking for somebody, which you should, if you don't have a financial advisor, you need to have one, and Rick would be a great choice because you can go fishing with him and talk finance. So thanks for that, Rick, and we will see you at the Fred Hall Show.
Okay, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call. And that is our Catch Report today, sponsored in part by Dana Landing in Mission Bay. It's right next to this place called Fastlane, right? Dana Landing? Yeah, and they are going to have a booth at the Fred Hall Del Mar Show. It's actually 3 factory booths in one. That means 3 times the selection, 3 times the saving at the Dana Landing booth. Maui Jims, they're going to have hundreds of styles of Maui Jim sunglasses for you to take care of. Olakai, you can have many styles for men and women on their popular footwear for sale for Olakai. Salty Crew is going to be there as well with their popular shirts, shorts, and hats. Hey, the Dana Landing's booth is going to have it all, and for the saltwater guy and gal at the Fred Hall Del Mar Show. And I might add, too, you buy a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses and you join CCA, you use that coupon where you get that $40 Engel Cooler Cup. That is such an awesome cup. I'm drinking out of one right now. Your drinks stay cold or stay warm, and they don't spill. So you can get a free $40 Engel cup with the Let's Talk Hookup Maui Jim logo if you buy a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses this week at the Fred Hall Show and join CCA. How about that?
Steve Pennard is really something.
Yeah,
He's really supportive.
Steve does a lot of great stuff, for sure, as well as Maui Jim. Maui Jim's been very generous when it comes to not only CCA, but also Friends of Rallo, too. So appreciate their support very much. Let's go ahead and jump back into the phones. Kenny in Hawaiian Gardens, you're next up on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, got a little plug for a kids fishing derby that's going on today in Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. For any of you guys that have the kids and want to go fishing. Lines in at 9 o'clock, weigh-ins 12 o'clock.
Fantastic. All right, Miles Square Park. And it's all for the kids, right?
Yep, all for the kids.
Fantastic. All right, very good. Hey, thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate that, Kenny. Richard in Monrovia, you're next up on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. I got a couple questions for Jim and for Ron. So I'm mounting my trapeze on my 2014 Pro Angler today, this morning, for going out tonight. Do you recommend a plate, Ron, underneath that for the hold of the plastic sideboard, or are fender washers sufficient?
Wait, what are you mounting on?
A trapeze, a Scotty trapeze, so he can pull his nets up.
Oh yeah. You want to back it up with fender washers, big ones. Yeah. They'll bend. They'll bend behind the actual contour of the hull. But yeah,
stainless steel fender washers.
Yeah, exactly. Stainless steel fender washers. Yeah, and use nylock nuts. You can reach back there, and I typically caulk it with a little bit of marine goop, and you're good.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. And then I'm looking at either get a total scan transducer from my Marlorance or getting the 180 drive this year. And my question is the 180 versus the turbo fins, speed and power. Do they have the same speed and power as the turbos? Are they a little lighter?
No, they don't. It's weird. They feel different. And one of the things I noticed, now, nobody's going to use standard fins on anything if you're fishing. It's always going to be turbo fins. So if you buy the new 180, and we're going to have them at the boat show. We just got our first shipment of them, and they're available right now. And if you want
the 180s and the turbo fins?
Yeah, that's all I bought. I only bought 180
So do the
turbos.
180s come with turbo fins?
The 180 comes with both, but I would never buy standard fins. Like all the new Pro Anglers and new Tandem Islands all come with 180 turbos.
So if Richard buys the at the Fred Hall show this week, buys the 180 drive, it's going to come with turbo fins.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there answers your question, Richard. Is that,
so
that's
you
what you were looking for?
You can buy those at the show, and they are available now. And I got to tell you,
and you're going to have a stock of them at
the show. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Now, but the question was, which would you buy? Oh man,
yeah.
It depends on where you're fishing. I was kind of blown away how much I liked it. I didn't think I would like it that much. Now, the differences I found is that it's easier to go at a slow pace. When you're just tootling around fishing, it actually feels quicker and easier. But at a sprint, at your top end speed, I still think that the ST Turbo is a little bit faster. But I talked with Greg Ketterman about it, and he said that could be a tuning issue, and they're working on it. So I have a funny feeling that that's the way to go, is the 180. And I mean, once you use it, you get spoiled quick.
And Hobie, there's an example of Hobie always develops the best stuff, and then they fine-tune it to make it work.
Hey, guys, so amazing to me. Almost 20 years this Mirage Drive's been out. I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
And it just keeps getting better and better.
Those guys think out of the box.
Why anybody would buy another kayak, I have no idea.
I don't either.
Yeah. It's like, if you're a fisherman...
Well, the way I look at it is if you buy another type of kayak, I messed up. I mean,
you didn't educate the people well enough.
Exactly, and I feel kind of, like, hey, I'll do everything I can to get you in a boat.
Now, there is a sticker shock that a lot of people get on our boats because they are expensive, but they hold their value. They don't last long on Craigslist.
We're talking about fishing, Jim. We're talking about fishing.
Don't last long on Craigslist.
The old story, you get what you pay for, right?
And it holds its value like crazy.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's why I drive a Sprinter van.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. The first one I bought, I sold it for more than I bought it for.
Very good. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. We're Ford guy here, by the way, Ron.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I have lots of Fords.
By the way, By the way,
I
drove
Ford.
down to Mexico in Rick Jensen's from Sport Fishing Financial's brand new F-150 EcoBoost. Unbelievable. What an amazing
You're going back, aren't you?
What an amazing truck. He bought it from the San Diego County Ford dealers, and I'm telling you, that truck is amazing. The new ones.
Right now I've got 3 Ford vans.
I'm going to tell you it may beat your Sprinter van. Yeah, I'm going to just say that on record. All right. Hey, Bart Hall's on the line, and Bart's a Ford fan himself, right?
I am a big Ford fan. I have owned a Ford product probably 50 years running.
And Ford will be well represented at the Del Mar show, right?
It will. The Southern California, San Diego County Ford dealers are presenting the Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show, which is one of our more popular features. And they're back again by popular demand, and Ford will be everywhere.
You bet.
But I have a story for you, Ron. So this friend of mine, he bought one of your inflatable kayaks for his wife. I'm putting up air quotes now, for his wife. She used it a couple times, and he said, "Honey, would you mind if I stored that on my boat?" So now he has a kayak on his boat.
You know,
that's pretty cool.
You know, my wife just amazes me. She always comes up with these things, and they always work. She goes, "Yeah, tell them to buy a kayak for their wife."
Yeah.
And then they can use it.
You know what, Bart? I love that idea. You buy that new I-11 inflatable kayak and you throw it on the boat, and you always have it with you.
Yeah, that's great. But you know what? I'm blown away by that new Eclipse. You know, we're offering a new Eclipse as part of our grand prize.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, you sign up at the Fred Hall show, and you can. There's 3 things you can choose: a trip to Convict Lake, a trip to Rancho Linero, or a new Hobie Eclipse. And I saw that thing at Long Beach in the lagoon and in our dog pool there, and it's really amazing. That's going to put stair climbers and ellipticals out of business.
Well, yeah, because you don't have to go to a gym. You're out getting your exercise while you're enjoying the incredible bays and lakes we got right here in Southern California.
And how do you win those prizes, Bart?
Well, you just sign up when you come in. There's a little sign-up sheet, and you put it in a thing at the end of Del Mar. We're going to pick the grand prize winner, and you get to choose one of those 3 prizes if you're the grand prize winner.
Heck, man, that sounds like fun.
Well, it is fun. And also, Ron, I thought of something. The dog stuff doesn't start until 1 o'clock on Thursday and Friday, and it doesn't start till 11 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. So if you really had somebody that wanted to buy that and wanted to try it, we could probably sneak it in the pool for half an
in
hour.
the dog pond.
I'll do.
Yeah, for about a half hour.
You know me. Any time. And this guy is the master of all shows, and he's been that way for as many years as I've known him, and that's been many. I mean, I've known Bart for a long time before we had Ava, and Ava just turned 22. Bart.
I know. We were discussing that.
It just blows my mind. Anyway, he'd tell me, come down to the pool at 6 in the morning, and you're on the news, and people see it all the time. He's the master of shows. If you say put a boat in the pool, I'm in.
Well, you're by the way, you're on TV on, I think, Thursday and Friday. I'll get you the schedule.
All right. And you'll be on the radio tomorrow. People can see you on the radio right here on the Mighty 1090. You and Mike Lum will be in the studio with us tomorrow morning talking Showtime.
I'm really looking forward to it.
All right.
It'll be a lot of fun.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, Bart. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. And when we come back, we're going to talk more fishing, more kayak fishing, more all fishing. Stay tuned. Southern California's sport fishing voice is Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
This is Rick Jensen with Sport Fishing Financial. I think most of you get that I'm a fisherman and work with the fishing community, but to understand exactly what Sport Fishing Financial does, ask yourself these 4 questions. First, do you really know how much money you'll need in order to retire comfortably? Next, do you know how much you'll have to save on a regular basis to reach that number? Do you have a process that includes a proven investment strategy and confidence that the money you save will grow? Last, do you have a plan for how to turn your savings into retirement income? If you don't have good answers to these questions, you're not alone, but you should, and I can make sure you do. In addition, if you own a business and currently provide or are planning on providing a retirement savings plan for yourself or your employees, we should really talk. We offer an outstanding variety of creative solutions that are sure to meet your needs.
Some of our listeners may feel overwhelmed. Others may believe they are already doing the best they can. In either case, I bet Rick can help. Set a time to meet with him and start planning for your personal or business investment success. Find Rick on the web at sportfishingfinancial.com or give him a call at 949-481-1807. Showtime is the best time to buy your next boat, and Inland Boat Center is ready to put you into the right boat today. They've been around 36 years and have something for everyone. Inland Boat Center has the perfect saltwater fishing boats made by Arima and Defiance. If you purchase a boat during Showtime, there will be factory incentives. In fact, all new Defiance and Arima boats are eligible for a free electronics package, as well as special financing towards the purchase of any new Defiance or Arima, making those payments very affordable. Please see sales personnel for details. In addition, get 2 years added to your factory warranty on Yamaha and Mercury outboards, plus Honda outboard incentives. So time to trade in that old boat at Inland Boat Center and get the Defiance or Arima boat you really want at a super show deal from Inland Boat Center, 681 East San Jacinto in Paris. Check inlandboatcenter.com and come see them at the Fred Hall shows.
It's Fred Hall Showtime, and Fisherman's Landing Tackle has the best selection and the hottest deals in the show. Hi, this is Doug Kern. The huge Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth is a must-see this year, and the deals will be unmatched. Fisherman's Landing Tackle will have tons of new items, closeout deals, and all the great tried-and-true items you have come to expect, all with aggressive discounts or valuable free goods. If you are looking for great deals on rods, reels, blanks, line, jigs, clothing, rod belts, tackle boxes, hooks, rod parts, and more, you need to visit our greatest booth ever. Fisherman's Landing Tackle, a must-see at this year's Fred Hall Show.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know: CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
It's big, it's comfortable, and she is beautiful. The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence. Veteran captains Mark Paisano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Captain Jeff Dubois has helped make the Independence a top-notch operation. Call Independence Sport Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check the availability on spring, summer, and fall trips now at IndependenceSportFishing.com.
When you put on a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, the world begins to look different. Colors are more vivid. Contrast is clearer. Details are crisper. Wherever your vision leads you, beauty follows. With polarized lenses that eliminate glare and enhance color, Maui Jim sunglasses won't change the world. They'll change the way you see it. Color, clarity, detail. Maui Jim.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
The best Major League Baseball coverage is right here.
Deep and very gone. A blast to left field.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. I got to tell you, Ron always says, the boat show, the boat show. Ron, it's more than a boat show. It is the Fred Hall Fishing Tackle Boat Show and Travel Show. The ultimate outdoor experience. But if you're looking for a boat or a kayak, of course, you go to Fastlane for the kayak. But Inland Boat Center is going to have a huge selection of Defiance and Arima boats there. West Coast Marine's going to have, of course, their Parkers and Yamahas. And don't forget, Yamaha's that 3-year extended warranty that goes on top of the original factory warranty available. And then Cussler Yachts. Pete and Mike are going to have the Regulator and the little Hokium boats at the Del Mar show. So you're in the market for a boat?
Sheesh.
You
place to go. It always has
been. With any of those 3 dealers there at the Del Mar show. Now, seminars, another thing. Well,
that's the thing we were just talking about.
I mean, some of those seminars at the Hobie kayak booth there are amazing.
Yeah, Josh Pruitt and Wade and Afrin. I mean, come on.
Larry Lauman, the professor. I mean, these guys, here's one of the things I hear a lot of times is guys will buy a kayak, they'll come back to the show, and they'll check in and say, hi, and then they'll look right over to the seminar schedule, and they'll go, okay, Josh is at this time, Larry's at this time. Now, these are really good fishermen that will share how they do it with you for free.
Yeah.
And when they're done talking, you can walk them right across the aisle to Ron's booth and talk about the specific kayaks that you want to talk to him about, and how to rig them.
Which one do you use? Like Larry's still in a Revolution. He loves the Revolution. You know, Josh has the Pro Angler 14 and the 12. Captain Wade, he's got both. I think Captain Wade's got a 14 and a 12 also. Wow. But you can go hire these guys to take you fishing, and you can still just learn all this stuff ahead of time and come right down and start. Instead of starting at plan A, like, how do I fish out of a kayak? Yeah. You got all that info.
You got it. Hey, let's go ahead and jump to the phones. Rich in San Pedro, you're on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, Rich.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, this question's for Ron. I have a 9-year-old, and we were interested in doing some kayak fishing up here in San Pedro. We've got world-class kayak fishing. Don't tell anybody. Oh, yeah. But do you have any recommendations on a Hobie kayak for maybe like a tandem style, or one that I could take out by myself when I'm solo?
No, okay, check this out. I've done tandems, and I've sold lots of tandems to girl guys, you know, husband, wife, grandpa, grandsons, you know, or granddaughters. I've done that a lot. But really, at 9 years old, if you want to get that kid hooked on fishing, you buy either a Pro Angler or an Outback, get him a Sport, or her. Get that kid into his own boat. He's a captain.
Is that a 9-foot-long boat, that Sport?
Yeah,
it's really
it's
light.
It'll
boat.
fit right in. You
Perfect.
can put them in the same vehicle, stack them on the racks together. But here's what that does: is that means that kid's his own captain. You're right with him. You're right beside him. But he's got his own boat. He makes his own decisions. And I've seen that happen where kids, you know, if they're in your boat, they want to go right, you want to go left, it's just too much. Here, turn this way or turn that way. No, let them be in their own boat. And if you want to test that theory, you come down to my store. We'll put them in the boat, and we'll show you how safe it is and how easy it is. Because it tickles me to see dad sitting there, you know, just ear-to-ear grins watching their kid, watching their son or daughter pull in a 9-inch spotted bay bass, you know.
And the bonus is you'll have your own boat, too.
Well, it's easier to launch for you. You'll have your own rig. It's more spontaneous. You get on the water quicker. Tandems are great, particularly when there's, you know, like right now I need a tandem because I can't pedal. I'm in a cast on my ankle. But there are times, those are occasions when I would do it, but I usually want my own boat.
Yep, I hear that. Appreciate it.
All right, Rich, thanks a lot for the call this morning. That does free up 858-457-1090 for the first time this morning. Let's go ahead and talk to Jeff calling us from Bonita. Hi, Jeff. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, guys. Hey, Ron, I have a question on electronics. I bought a used 2014 Pro Angler, and it had a Elite 4 HDI fish finder on it. And I was looking to upgrade to the Hook 5 fish finder. Was wondering if the current power and the sonar cables, are those compatible?
That's a good question.
They are. Yeah, they are. You'll be able to use that same transducer, and the same power cable should plug right into your Hook 4.
Now, but on your transducer, what year did you have?
It's a 2014.
Oh, so you have the plate on the bottom. That's great.
It has the plate on the bottom.
So explain that. So they come ready for fish finders?
Yeah,
now, kayaks?
It's a wonderful little attachment. It's a plate on the bottom. The transducer sits right in water. You get really good temperature reads. It's submerged, so you get it'll shoot right through the plastic plate, and it's kind of protected under there.
So Hobie's keywords are Lowrance ready on all our hulls. All our hulls, including that Sport, I think, is even Lowrance ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 is outstanding. It's just these 56-year-old eyes aren't. They need to be a little bit bigger to look at.
You might want to consider going with a bigger screen, because I like to use a split screen a lot of times. I do a lot of lobstering and a lot of rock fishing up in Santa Monica Bay, and a lot of bottom fishing. So I end up putting that split screen on and utilizing the breadcrumb feature on the GPS and using the sonar at the same time. So you might want to think on upgrading to a little larger size.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Kim in Lakeside, you're next up on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for the show. Appreciate it as always. I was had an opportunity to get on a kayak on a lake here about a month back. Unfortunately, I rolled it, so I have a stability question. And the other thing was I was wearing my life jacket, and I was in the lake fairly far out, so without the jacket being on, it would have been a tough swim. Fortunately, it was not. I had to drag the boat back because I could not ride it because I didn't know how to ride it. So my question regarding the Hobies is the stability. That's the big thing for me, moving to that point where I'm going to buy one. Tell me a little bit about it, what I should know, what I don't know, that type of thing.
Okay, so that's a really great question, and I think safety is always an issue. I don't like.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I don't like the fact that a lot of people just buy boats, run down to La Jolla shores, launch through the surf, and go 2 miles out in the ocean, and without knowing how to right their boat. And I always think you should flip your boat, right your boat, and crawl back in it. And you should do that and test that theory
What kind
ahead
of boat
time.
do you have, Tim?
Oh, no, this was an opportunity for me to rent one at the local lake.
Okay.
And so I did that. Lost all my gear, my rod reels, everything, which were expensive. So I'm thinking, you know what, I might want to take another run at this in a different direction. So that's why I'm making a call.
So here's a really great thing. And Jim, were you going there?
I was going to tell him about the tank, and he can come by the show, and he can step right into the Pro Angler right there
Yeah.
and see how stable that thing is. It's almost 40 inches
Pro
wide.
Angler.
I was thinking right past that.
Take him right down to the shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
But here's
that's the
how
thing.
tall are you? How tall are
6
you?
foot, 195.
Okay, 6'1". Okay. Now the boat for me is the Pro Angler because I like to stand up and I like to stretch my legs.
And you're not going to flip that boat.
If you do, it's pretty unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah, and stability on all of the Hobies is really good. They're the most stable.
And
keep
I
in
gotta
mind,
tell you though, Ron, I love the Outback for the portability and the stability. The Outback is such a great boat.
Cutting through the surf.
And cutting through the surf, yeah.
I got to tell you, I think it would
I've
be
seen
so.
guys that sit on the side of the boat, and, like the guys that are doing offshore, like fishing maybe around the kelp or maybe chasing yellows along the La Jolla, they'll be sitting on the side of the boat. Is that a Hobie that they're using where they're able to sit on the side and not roll it?
Oh, sure. You just mean hanging your feet over the side. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it
Yeah.
looks like they're sitting on the side, but yeah.
I
hanging
never
your
do
feet
that.
over.
I never do that. I always like to keep moving. With the pedals, I'm not having to use my hands with a paddle, so it's so simple to keep moving and keep trolling that little live mackerel, or you're just moving to stay in the area you want to be, and the comfort of the seat combined with how the pedals work is, you'll be amazed.
Kim, it's a different world on a Hobie compared to what you rented at the local lake. So get over to the show or get over to Fastlane in Mission Bay. You'll be blown away. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Leroy in Penasquitos, you're next up on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good.
Going good, Leroy.
Hey, got a question in regards to Cedros Island.
Okay.
If you go on a Cedros trip, they have kayaks on the island, correct?
Yeah, Cedros kayak fishing. That's what they have kayaks right there, as well as a ponga, and a great place for you to stay.
And does that come with the trip, or you have to rent them, or what is the situation?
No, Cedros kayak fishing's all about that. So that's part of the deal.
It's all included.
Oh.
Top of the line.
The picking you up, the airfare, the lodge, the food. You pay one price and you're done. And all you have to do is bring your license, your alcoholic beverages, and pay overage on fish cleaning, transportation back, and that's it. Everything else is included in that. So highly encourage you to check that out. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Rick in Lemon Grove, you're next up on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning, gentlemen. Ron, they now have, the paddle. You paddle with your feet so you can keep your arms free. But when I went, me and my wife would go rent a little paddle boat, wherever and geez, I'd start cramping up after 5 minutes.
Hey, wait, are you talking about those little paddle boats that you rent and you sit side by side and you pedal
like
around?
a bicycle kind of thing?
Oh yeah, I tell you,
they don't have a Hobie Vantage seat in them. The Hobie Vantage seat adjusts 4 ways. Your back adjusts, your bottom adjusts. You have 2 heights, and you have a lumbar support. So cramping isn't quite as.
No, these seats. Now, this is another question that we can sit and talk about it. I can tell you, it's the most comfortable seat that I've ever sat in a kayak, and you're dry butt. You're not sitting in moisture. I mean, it's not like you get splashed and you're sitting in a puddle. These things sit up, highly adjustable, super comfortable. But the thing about the Mirage Drive is your legs are moving in a way that's not like a circle. It's not circular like a bicycle. You're just pushing. So it's a very comfortable motion, and it's a very strong, powerful motion. So it's faster. It's easier.
It's not like a bicycle pedal, even close.
Not even close.
Totally different.
Yeah, and it's so light. When you pop into the shore, you just pull them out, or you can just put 1 foot forward. I mean, this is amazing. These questions on one demo ride, you'll just have this, like, instant light bulb.
Yeah.
I get it.
If you're in Lemon Grove, head over to Fastlane in Mission Bay, get on the boat for free, or better yet, head up the Fred Hall Show.
Yeah, or
go
do
to
all the above.
Do all the above.
Yeah.
All right. Just about 30 seconds left for Jeff in Rancho Bernardo. Good morning, Jeff.
Morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I'm a long-time kayak fisherman, way back from the day when the only thing to use was a Royak. Now I'm on a Adventure 16 with a Mirage Drive.
Nice.
Love it. I don't have a roll problem, so I keep using it. But my question is, with all the closures, I am more confused than ever before about where I can legally paddle out and fish, where I can paddle to go to fish, and where to come back in. Are they going to have an opportunity at the Fred Hall Show for me to sit down with someone and put a map out and go, okay, you can go in here, you can fish there, but can't fish over there?
Ron?
Well, Pete, yeah, the closures are not that big a deal. Typically the hottest fishing areas that I like anyway, they're not affected. Okay. Now, Pete, there is a website you can go on, and we've talked about this.
You've been involved in that pretty heavily.
See, I don't know the website to pull it off the top of my head right now.
But is it MLPA?
Yeah, well, the DFG, if you go to the Department of Fish and Wildlife, their website will have all that information for you on the
and they'll be at the show.
And I will say, and they will be at the show. I will say this, Ron, they are a big deal. And it's not so much for people in San Diego, but for people in Orange County, these closures are a huge deal, and they are not correct. And the other thing, too, is, Jim, real quick on that.
Real quick, we've got the state of California, South Coast, is going to be sharing the MPA, the Marine Protected Area baseline monitoring reporting that they've been doing. We have meetings coming up in San Diego, March 20th, San Pedro, March 21st, Malibu, March 21st, San Clemente, March 23rd, Santa Barbara, March 24th.
And this is for the baseline study, which 5 years into it, they're just getting a baseline study, which is wrong in itself. They should have had a baseline study before they started. Before they even started. Now they're making a baseline study.
So check out oceanspaces.org/SCSOTR. And you'll get some more information there.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. When we come back, we're going to give away some great prizes. Wrap things up here, tell you about tomorrow's show. Stay tuned. Let's talk Hookup. Mighty 1090.
For over 5 decades, Lee Palm Sport Fishing has set the standard in long-range fishing that they pioneered long ago. The Red Rooster 3 sets a new standard of excellence. The Red Rooster 3 is one of the most modern, quiet, and fastest long-range vessels in the fleet. They have handpicked the finest crew to make your trip a memorable one. The Red Rooster 3 offers trips from 3 to 18 days and runs year-round to the best fishing spots on the planet. Ride the Red Rooster 3 once, and you'll be back again. Call the Red Rooster 3 at 619-224-3080 2857 or see them on the web at redrooster3.com. Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check Gamakatsu.com.
Buying a boat is a big decision, and you don't want to make a costly mistake with the wrong one. This is Pete Giacalone for Cussler Yachts. I've been in the fishing business my whole life. In fact, there are probably many of you out there that have fished with me. Well, now I've taken my boating knowledge and joined the team at Cussler Yachts. Mike Cussler and the rest of our team are true professionals when it comes to finding you the right boat. Just ask Pete Gray. I helped him make the right decision on his new boat after an extensive search, and we can help you find the boat of your dreams. We specialize in sport fishing boats and are the exclusive dealer for Regulator Marine, the finest center consoles on the market. At Cussler Yachts, we know fishing and we know boats, inside and out. We can save you thousands of dollars and get you into the right fishing boat for your needs and budget. Cussler Yachts is located on the waterfront at the beautiful Konakai Resort, and you can check us out on our website at CusslerYachts.com. That's KUSLER Yachts.com. Or give us a call at 1-866-607-5471. Ask for Pete and let me know you heard about it on Let's Talk Hookup.
It's Fred Hall Showtime, and Fisherman's Landing Tackle has the best selection and the hottest deals in the show. If it's Okuma you are after, look no further. Fisherman's Landing Tackle has a great selection of Okuma reels and Nomad tackle bags. Large discounts on tackle bags and free Spectra on the reels. That's Okuma and Fisherman's Landing Tackle.
No matter the fishing conditions, count on the Seagar family of fluorocarbon leader material to help you catch more fish. Fluoro Premier has a smaller diameter with the highest break strength. Plus, it is super soft. When bites are tough, tie on Fluoro Premier. Blue Label is tough as nails with incredible abrasion resistance and impact strength. And new Pink Label is the choice for tough light conditions, giving you a little more visibility for better line control. Pick up a spool of Seagar at your favorite tackle dealer or visit Seagar.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Okay, here we go. Rich in San Pedro, you win the Mammoth tickets. And Dan in San Diego, you win the Del Mar tickets. And the Promar Ahi, Kim in Lakeside wins the Promar Ahi kit. Thanks, Jim, and thanks to Ben and over at Promar Ahi for that. And thank you, Ron Lane, Fast Lane, Fred Hall Show this week, Thursday through Sunday at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Lots of great seminars in the Fast Lane kayak booth. And lots of great deals on Hobie kayaks and Hobie stand-up paddleboards, right?
Yeah, and you'll be able to get the new 180 Mirage Drive at the boat show if you want to buy one.
Right?
I mean, I didn't think we'd get them. I mean, it's kind of a miracle we got them this early.
Yeah.
They've been coming with boats all year, but they wouldn't put them in the parts catalog, and we finally got our first 20.
Yeah. So, in the meantime, if you want to come and see Ron and the gang down at Fast Lane, sign his cast, all that good stuff, head on down to Dana Landing in Mission Bay and see him at Fast Lane. How do we find you, Ron?
Just we're right across the street from SeaWorld, Dana Landing Marina. Been there 38 years.
38 years.
And you can call us, 619-222-0766, and say, hey, I'm coming down to try that new I-11 so I can buy it from my wife.
There you go.
For Mother's Day.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect, Ron. Okay, thanks a lot for being here. And, Jim, thank you very much for all you do. Once again, the big Battle of the Bays kayak fishing tournament. How do we find information on that?
You go to battleofthebays.com, or you can go to the CCA website, www.ccacalifornia.org. It's going to be a $60 entry. You have to be a CCA member. And we're going to have a $20 big fish side pot besides the bass category.
It's going to be great. And you'll be at the Fred Hall Del Mar show?
Yes. If you can't find me in Ron's booth or at the seminar area, come over to the Turner's booth. I'll be working the Promar stuff over in the Turner's booth.
In the Turner's booth. All right, Jim. Thanks for all you do, and thank you for listening out there. We're going to be back tomorrow morning, 7 and 9 a.m. Bart Hall, Mike Lum from the Fred Hall shows will be in the studio with me. Thanks to Adam for jumping on both sides, covering for Ryan on the phones and doing the board, too. And thank you, again, for another great show. We'll see you tomorrow morning right here on the Mighty 1090.
Well, they're leaning their main